A lot of people in this world could buy anything. They could buy a Maserati, a Ferrari, they could buy a big mansion, but they cannot buy health.
Come on, let's go, keep pushing. Come on, faster. You got it. Come on, let's go.
That's what I really wanted to talk to you today about healthy eating. So before we begin, I'm going to give you a couple of tips for healthy eating. The number one tip that I want to give you is to stay close to nature. If it's not made by God, you shouldn't be eating it, at least not as much. You see, the farther you go away from nature, the harder it is to eat right. If you add in more greens, every day will soon take over. You always want to try to keep your diet 70% vegetable based and 30% anything else, which includes dairy and meat. Number two, no fast foods. Limit how often you eat out. If you want to make a drastic change and remain healthy, you cannot eat fast foods. One night out can be detrimental to your goals, so definitely try not to eat out every day or every week. Just cook. Number three, cut out the fat and oils. It is not just the calories that matter. You see, the fats in your food play a bigger role. The more foods you eat should be more lean and have less than 15% of fat in those foods. And you can check that by looking at the nutrition label most of the time. Is boost your metabolism by eating more meals throughout the day. If you eat more meals that are less calorie dense, which means that it has more calories and nutritional value, you'll most likely be full off of 2 or 3 meals. But if you eat more foods that are nutritionally dense, let's say like spinach, you have a yearn to eat more. So that's a good way that you can eat more meals, is by eating foods that are nutritionally dense, hence more greens. Starving yourself is not the best way to lose weight or tone up because it only slows up your metabolism. Next up, detox before you go into the healthy eating lifestyle. Reason why I say that is a lot of times we're induced with all of these GMOs, with all of these extra preservatives, and we're not a clean state. Our body is a temple and we shall be clean. So you should definitely go into that cleanse. And you could use things like ginger and lemon, easy cleanse. Next up, don't go on a diet, make a lifestyle change. You see, a lot of times people want meal plans, but they don't have a meal guide. You see, I prefer a meal guide. And the meal guide is basically the mental state, the mental knowledge that you have about nutrition that enables you to make the best decisions when you do go to the store or go to a restaurant. You see, diets don't work because they are too extreme. So the best way is to be aware of and making the right food choices at all times. Next up, don't eat on emotion. A lot of times when you eat on emotion, when you're sad, hungry, or if you usually eat, let's say you get dumped or your boyfriend dumps you, right? And you usually eat a bucket of ice cream whenever you feel sad. That emotion will continue to revolve around your life and it will continue happening unless you change it. So you have to start taking the daily steps to not eat on emotion. Find out what emotions trigger your binge eating and create plans to avoid eating when you're highly emotional. Next up, watch the condiments. A healthy food can lose its healthy aspect if you often place unhealthy condiments on it, like heavy salad dressing, excessive cheese, or other toppings that are very fatty. You definitely also want to enjoy what you eat. Don't make healthy eating too bland. Find healthy alternatives that taste good so that you are not stuck eating the same thing over and over and losing motivation. A lot of times people tell me that they can't stick to their diet primarily because they're not enjoying what they eat. So it's very important that you eat things that you actually enjoy, although they are up to par to the nutritional value and healthy aspect. All right. Definitely you want to have a plan. You want to meal prep, whether it's weekly, whether it's every 2 or 3 days, however you want to do it. You definitely want a meal plan so you find out what you're going to eat and have an overview of what you want each week. So you don't necessarily have to prepare a whole a whole week meal plan, but you could do it for 2 to 3 days or do another one midweek, switching it up all the time. Variety is key to keeping you motivated. And as you do those meals, you definitely want to have balanced meals. Your meals should have more than just carbs. It should have a balanced serving of protein and even some healthy fats. And those protein doesn't necessarily have to come from meats. It can come from other sources like beans. You always want to make sure that before you go to Publix, before you go to Walmart or Winn-Dixie, or whatever place that you shop at, to eat before you go shopping. When you're hungry and you go down the aisle and you see all the unhealthy alternatives, they don't look so unhealthy. They look the most like the best things that you want to get because you're hungry and you just want everything at that time. So definitely avoid shopping on an empty stomach. Why you want this? Healthy eating is not for a goal. You do not eat to reach a goal, to lose a certain amount of weight. You eat so that your body could function at its utmost best capability. That's what healthy eating is. It's something that we're meant to do as human beings. So definitely remember that you're not doing this for a goal. You're doing this because it's part of your life. It's what's going to enable you to be really successful. Health is wealth. It's more than just a nutritional aspect. It's also a mental aspect. If you don't have the proper mental health, a lot of times it's hard to succeed. So being in tune with yourself mentally as well as nutritionally is very significant. If you're looking to make a change, stay away from the naysayers. A lot of times, it's not you that's going to take your goals away from your mind. It's really the people around you. They're going to say things like, are you eating a bag of carrots? You see, I eat these carrots all day. And, you know, I be walking, eating carrots, and people are just, like, enthused that I'm eating carrots. Like, they're carrots. Like, I remember I went to the store one day, and someone had the nerve to ask me, are you just eating carrots? Like, was I supposed to eat them with a box of hot Cheetos? They're carrots. They're made to eat. Don't listen to people telling you or ridiculing you when you're eating healthy things that actually taste good. See, I'm enjoying my carrots. It's good that you eat healthy. It's very good for your body and your mind and your career and your relationships, everything. So, yeah.